So I just dragged this bad boy out of the weeds. Been sitting for forever. But since there have been so many questions about the 4T80E swap lately, I thought I would pull this around and show you guys some of the modifications to make it fit. I've got a few of the parts sold out of it since I'm not really doing anything with it. Probably not going to plan on putting it back into a car. Not sure if it's a secret or not as far as who's buying the parts, so I won't say anything. But here it is, the 4T80E bolted up to a 3800. The main things, this hole right here is not populated on a 3800, so it's just an empty hole in the block. It was an alignment dowel, so you need to either drill and tap that or just epoxy in or weld in a stud like I did. You know, there's plenty of bolts in this thing, so it's probably not real critical. This is where the block needs to be cut and clearance to clear the transmission. You can see I just drilled a hole and kind of stuck a bolt in there loosey-goosey because, again, we've got plenty of bolts. We've got I just modified stock pieces here to make sort of a tail shaft support, and then made up this bracket as well, which goes under and around. I'm terrible with my camera angles here, so I don't know what you can see, but that is where the knock sensor ended up mounted. It's normally right there in the block, and you can see I've got a plugged hole. There's a pipe plug in there and some RTV or something. Here, this was an early transmission, so it did not have an internal mode switch, so you have to really modify the crap out of an external one to fit, because of, man, I cannot work this freaking camera. I was trying to use this gimbal, but it's being a pain in the dick. But anyway, there's that mode switch. You have to really grind it down, clearance it down to the maximum, and then, you know, waterproof it. So there's silicone and rubber gloves and electrical tape and whatnot, just chillaxing there. The cooler lines, I had originally modified stock lines, but I was going to redo it with hydraulic hose ends. And just, you know, never got around to putting the car back together. Real sloppy custom mounts, mount brackets. The starter, of course, just works as it is, bolted right up to the block, so that's a plus, makes everything nice and easy. I've got another custom brace down under there that just ties into the engine. Let's see, what else? The other thing that you have to modify, I forget which hole it is on this transmission, but there's one of them that was an alignment dowel, and you just have to finish drill it. You know, use the existing part of a hole as a guide and punch it on through. And the axles, of course, these are just Cadillac DeVille axles or something. I forget exactly which year or model. There's several options depending on what car you're trying to put this into. Slightly different axle lengths you could get. As far as doing this up, I just hung it over the cradle with a cherry picker, got it lined up how I wanted, and sort of, you know, that was obviously meant to be temporary, but it worked, so I never fixed it. God damn, I don't know how to work this gimbal. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much that. Once I get it apart, I'll fire the camera back up and show you the flex plate and such. And I don't remember, there may have been some rewiring I did on this pin. I don't remember if it's the same pin out or not. I have something spliced in there, but I couldn't tell you what it is to save my life. This has been 5 years ago when I did all this, so. Oh, and that's my super safe engine stand at the moment. I'm going to get that lowered down here pretty quick and bring the cherry picker over to get this stuff split apart. All right, well, I guess that'll do for now. Catch you later.